Hey YouTube, it's Catherine here, and this video is about symptoms. So this is basically what has brought me to the medical medium. I've been interrupted a million times, so I'm going to restart this video. Okay, so I have them written down here, so I am just going to be kind of looking at the sheet if you're wondering what the heck I'm looking at. And I'll kind of try to start at the beginning, and I'll try to tell you if something's new and or I've had it for a while. So I would say that I started off very young with separation anxiety from my mom. It was very severe, and I had that right through till I was an adult. I don't have it anymore, and I am left with just general anxiety and agoraphobia and fear. I lump these together because I do feel like they're all associated, or they kind of play off of each other. So I think it's hard to gauge what anxiety means. I think that anxiety is different for every person, and I think that you just can't gauge it. I think that somebody saying they have severe anxiety and somebody saying they have anxiety, what do you take to get rid of anxiety? And, why does the scent of lavender all of a sudden relax somebody and their anxiety goes away? There's no way in heck that lavender is going to make my anxiety go away. And it's just not going to happen. So does that person still not have anxiety or doesn't have severe anxiety? No. They could very well still have that, and it's all about what you think you have and how you think you have it. So I'm not gauging it. I have anxiety. I also have fear of everyday things, which causes agoraphobia. It's just fear of, I'm going to put the definition on the screen, but it's fear, essentially, is what it is. It's like being scared of nothing. So yeah, that is, that's really what's led me. That's my big symptom. All of the rest of the symptoms are little nuances that are annoying, and but I feel like they're precursors to something else. I feel like if I don't nip this in the bud now, I am going to end up with an autoimmune disease or something else later on. I have no diagnoses, but I have a lot of symptoms. That being said, I have weird head eye feelings, heaviness in my eyes. This eye specifically, it's like they just decide to unfocus all of a sudden. It's kind of like a blurred vision, I guess. It does happen in both eyes, just more so in this eye. Kind of like, I want like maybe like a fogginess or something, but it's not really. It's like if I look at a word, it's clear and I can read it, it's not a problem, but just an overall feeling in the eye feels like it's just not right. I've had that for about 6 months after I started keto, roughly. It was about last Christmas. So I've had it for about a year now, that I started to experience the eye issues. I did go to an eye doctor this past summer, and my eyes checked out just fine. So that to me is not normal. My hair falls out excessively, and it's frizzy. It never used to be like this, but it is now. It's very dull, it's very frizzy, it's not healthy, and it was once upon a time. So I remember that. My red face. I've always had a red face to some degree. I've always been a pale person with very red face and chest. It's not terrible right at the moment. I do get bumps right here. I've had these ones. You can't really see them actually, but I have by my ear. They're not pimples. Even these, they're not pimples. They're just bumps. I've had these, I would say 6 months maybe. maybe a little bit more than that. They don't go away. They don't do anything. They itch sometimes, but that's it. So just skin issues. I do get a little bit of acne. I get it mostly on my chest and my back. I get a little bit on my face, but I wouldn't, it's like a pimple here and there. It's not like cystic acne. The stuff on my chest and my back can be fairly cystic. I'll get into that in a different video as to maybe why. Dry skin and cracked lips. Like my lips get so dry, and it doesn't matter what I put on them. Like sometimes they bleed. They get so dry. My skin as well is it's just very dry, which I think is part of like a chronic dehydration. It doesn't seem to matter. I don't seem to have like the thirst that I think I should have. Drinking water is like a forced event. I track it, I try, but it is something that I literally have to track every day. I won't remember to do it on my own because I don't have that thirst that maybe I should have. Just an overall jittery feeling. I would say that I get that more so now. That's something kind of new, like in the last 6 months to a year. I just get kind of like you've had too much coffee feeling, like kind of like that jitteriness inside. Nausea. Nausea is a big one for me. I have been nauseous 24/7 for a very long time. I do think it might be getting slightly better with the medical medium or kind of a vegan-ish esque. It's not really vegan either. There's no grains or anything, so I don't know. Maybe. Plant-based. I do think my nausea is getting a little bit better. I do still get it, but it is getting a little bit better. Maybe I've been just kind of keeping tabs on that because I'm normally nauseous, like 24/7 all the time. It's just all the time. Just kind of an overwhelming overall feeling of unwell. Like, you wake up in the morning and you're like, I feel like crap. I feel like crap. But I don't think that you should feel that every day. Once in a while, sure, something whatever. But no, every day I feel like crap. It's just an overall sense of unwell. Overwhelm or stress in non-stressful situations. That kind of goes back to the agoraphobia. So we'll leave that one. I get annoyed easily and I get kind of aggressive about it. I think this is a symptom. I think that that's not normal and I don't have it all the time. So therefore it is not, or it's a symptom. I have sound sensitivity mostly in this ear, and I get a pain intermittently in this ear. It's not like an infection or bacteria or like a infection feeling. It's literally like a pain, like kind of deep in this part right here, and very sound sensitive in this ear, which again is a symptom because there's nothing else associated with that. Tired and fatigue. I wouldn't say it's a chronic fatigue feeling. I would say that it's a tired feeling. Maybe I don't know the difference, but just kind of an overall tired feeling. Like if I tried to lie down for a nap right now, I wouldn't be able to sleep. So I'm not sure. Insomnia. Sigh. I've had insomnia for a very long time. It does seem to be, it fluctuates. Kind of like a little roller coaster. I go through periods where I sleep really well, and then I go through periods where I am an insomnia person. And I either can't fall asleep or I wake up at 3 a.m. and can't get back to sleep or anything in between. Right at the moment, it's waking up at 3 in the morning, which is very annoying. Brain fog. Brain fog is a tough one for me because I have this eye issue. So like, I'm not really sure if it's a brain fog or if it's an eye issue. I feel like it's more my eyes than it is my brain. But I do feel like this overwhelming feeling like I'm waiting for something to be lifted from my head. So, like that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm waiting for something to be lifted, like a cloud or a feeling or something. I'm having pelvic inflammation at the moment. I've had this, it's new. maybe 6 months, not even. It's not a UTI or a bladder infection or anything like that, but it is a discomfort in my pelvic region. Inflammation in my body, I have that. I was diagnosed with that from a doctor. I have thick blood. I have too many red blood cells in my body. Reading the medical medium, I'm not sure if that is what he's talking about in the there's a chapter called Dirty Blood. It doesn't feel like the same thing, but I do have thick blood. I have too many red blood cells, which makes my ferrin high. So I have high ferrin, which is iron stores. I'm overweight. I am 70 pounds overweight right now. I was much more than that, but prior to keto. Dizziness, lightheadedness. I suffer from this a little bit, more the lightheadedness or kind of unsteady feeling, which I've had for a long time. Panic attacks. I don't really have panic attacks anymore unless I'm in certain situations, but I do tend to still have that panicky feeling. Heart palpitations, I also don't have them anymore. I did a little bit, I know what that is, but it's not something that I necessarily suffer from. Tingling in the hands and feet, I don't have anymore, but I did. And adrenaline, little shots of adrenaline like to shoot through my body. I still have that today. It seems to be intermittent. It kind of goes away and it comes back, and I don't know. But that is something that I deal with. I check my blood glucose with a blood glucose monitor. My blood levels are fine, so it's not that. I'm usually like a 6.2, that's Canadian. And always, like, it doesn't really fluctuate from that. My blood pressure is also fine. It tends to be on the lower side, but I would say that I'm either like, controversy over blood pressure, but blood pressure runs, usually I've never, like 120 over 80 is what is the recommended. I'm usually lower than that on my systolic and diastolic. I don't know if I said those words right. I had my hair tested. I have high copper, which automatically makes you have low zinc. So that is definitely something I suffer from. I definitely need some heavy metal detox smoothie in my life. I plan to start that in a week. So right now I'm just doing the celery juice in the morning. I'm doing the no foods, and I am doing the zinc and B12, but I need to implement the heavy metal detox smoothie, and I'm not sure yet what else. I'm still doing some investigating as to which protocols I'm going to follow with what supplements and all of that. I'm still brand new to this. It's been about, I think I started on November 29th is when I started this, and today is the 19th. So 2 weeks, 3 weeks since I started that. So I will try to update you guys along the way. If there's anything that you need more clarification on or anything, or you're like, hey, I have that too, share. Like I said, I could have forgot things, but these are the things that I deal with mostly now, today. All right. Well, welcome to the journey, and it's going to be a journey. Thanks for watching. Bye.